A few weeks ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this without this front foot elevated and without extra support from my arms. In this episode, I'll show you how I got here. I also went back to the basketball court to see what gains I made. This is 90 days and counting. As a disclaimer, I feel it's important to say I'm not taking any Knees Over Toes program. I've watched a number of his videos and I'll link to his channel here or maybe here. I've implemented some of the exercises he recommends into my training, but since I'm not part of the program, I'm not getting their expert guidance on the number of sets, number of reps, the form of each exercise. Don't take any of this as gospel, do your own research. Each exercise has a built-in progression. If you follow these progressions, you'll gradually build strength and better avoid overexertion and potential injury. Just like you wouldn't throw all the weights on the bar for your first bench press or squat, you shouldn't proceed to the final form of any of these exercises until you've mastered the prior benchmark. Probably the most prominent exercise in the Knees Over Toes program is the ATG split squat. I started with my front foot very elevated.
Probably too elevated. And I also relieved some of the load on my leg by using a hand on the railing. I progressed to a less elevated front foot and no support from a hand. And then I moved to flat ground. This is where I started to experience some discomfort in my left hip flexor and quad. I had a high school injury to that hip flexor and I never really addressed it. I don't think I told anyone when it happened, just limped around for a couple weeks.
Because of the painful burning and itching sensation I still feel through this quad, I regressed to the prior benchmark of elevating my front foot and even added the hand support back in so I could get a deeper compression on this lunge without putting so much stress on the hip flexor and quad, and it feels much better. The final progression would be to add some weight, and I'll probably do that the last couple weeks of this series as long as everything still feels okay. The reverse step up has a pretty self-explanatory name. It's as if you're going backwards up the stairs. The first time I tried this, I sorta collapsed. That was my fault. I should have used some support when I was first starting the exercise.
So use a handrail or chair backs until you've built the strength to do this exercise without them.
I typically just use this ledge for my reverse step-ups, and I haven't really messed with the depth each time, but I have gradually increased the number of reps I do in each set as I become stronger. The ATG squat is basically a really deep squat. ATG stands for ass to grass, so it fits. I do elevate my heels to give myself some extra balance so I can get a deeper compression here. The simple knee raise is great for strengthening hip flexors. Given that I do have an old hip flexor injury, this exercise is vital for me. I have one jumping day each week where I use the box I built in episode 2, and I alternate techniques where I'm jumping off of 2 feet or jumping off of 1 foot, while also alternating my dominant foot, whether I'm jumping off my right or my left, just to keep a balanced approach in my training.
Here I'm jumping off of 2 feet. My penultimate step is my left and my last step is right. Then I switch, so my penultimate step is my right and my last step is left. I do the same when jumping off of 1 foot. I'll use my left leg to jump and then my right. By balancing my jumping program, I'm developing both strength and coordination in each leg. I'm primarily a left leg jumper, and so it has been awkward training my right leg. But the stronger my right leg becomes, the more potential I can unlock in my left leg. As they say, a rising tide lifts all boats.
So now I'm going to take you through an entire cycle that I do as if it were a jumping day.
Unofficial final thoughts on these ATG Knees Over Toes exercises. I'm a believer. I'm more flexible, I'm stronger, I feel healthier. I think I'll continue these exercises after this series ends, and I'll probably even officially sign up for one of the Knees Over Toes programs at some point to take advantage of their expert guidance.
So that would be a normal cycle for me on a jumping day. I would do that cycle for 3 sets with some light stretching in between each set.
Back at the court, and the goal I'm using is just under 10 feet at 118.5 inches. This last jump here is my best.
I am a little bummed because it's now abundantly clear that I will not be able to dunk within 90 days. I have made some decent progress. I've probably added 3 inches or so to my vertical, but the rim I'm using isn't truly 10 feet, and on that rim, where it's an inch or two short of 10 foot, I can only get one knuckle over it. I do still have a couple weeks left in the series, so I'll keep training, and you can check back for the next episode. Will be my final progress in the series. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. If you follow these progressions, you'll better... Probably the most prominent exercise. The ATG squat is basically a really deep squat. ATG... Get a deeper compression without, falling over. But those weeks, whether it's right, left, dominant jump, or